And meditation also is to find out, learn whether it is possible for the brain never to be occupied. Because our brains are occupied all the time. About God, about sex, about oneself, about one's own conclusions, beliefs. I'm sure you watch yourself, how one's brain is occupied. When the brain is occupied, there is no space. When knowledge has occupied the brain, occupied it, how can that brain experience anything original? So to experience something original, when the brain is crowded, occupied, you take drugs to experience something fantastic. You do. Not that a speaker has taken any drugs. He has talked to many of the people who have taken drugs. They have certain experiences which are projected by their own conditioning, by their own desire, will, and so on, of which they are unconscious. Only the chemical alters their focus. And sometimes it does great harm. If one has taken drugs for a couple of years, then your brain is gone. Or if you have played with for a little while, there is some still hope. So one has to find out whether the brain can ever be free from all occupation. That is, are we listening with occupied brains to what is being said, or watching your own activity of the brain to see whether it is occupied now, sitting there quietly, if it is occupied? That is are you occupied with listening, or are you just listening? See the difference? You understand? May I go on with this? Gosh. When you are attempting to listen, making an effort, say, I must understand what that chap says. And so you are exercising your will to listen. You're occupied. But if you are listening, because what speaker is saying is rational, is yourself, he's explaining yourself. So you're not listening to the speaker, you're listening to yourself. Therefore you're listening very quietly, without any occupation. That is to be aware of yourself, how you're listening. And in this listening, are you learning or merely observing? You see, if you are observing, there is no accumulation. But if you say, I must learn what he's saying, I must remember what he's saying, then your mind is being occupied. And therefore there is no space in which you can listen. In the same way, to observe without occupation, just to look.